Hello guys, this is Link 2012 and we are here to play some more Ocarina of Time. Yesterday we left off at the water temple. And we got bored, or actually I had to go to bed, so we stopped at this room. But now we have time to check it out, so let's see what's inside. Alright, this is a little bit creepy. Not much in this room. I wonder what is in here. Oh, for those of you that are new to the Ocarina of Time series, if you look over here on the sidebar, you can see our health. This map is in creative mode due to technical difficulties. You can't actually break blocks though. Whoa, dude, what's that? Holy smokes! What is this? Is this like a... Dude, this is Shadow Link, dude. He's copying my every move. I can't look away from him. He's always where I'm looking. And I can't actually hit him. He just keeps blocking it. Oh man, he got me. Dude, no. No, oh, come on. I have to actually fight him. But how? Come on. Oh, we got him once. I don't think we can take much more damage though. Oh man, dude. Okay, we're gonna have to use our red potion here. Ah, yes. Full health. Awesome. Alright, we gotta kill this guy. Come here, Shadow Link. Oh my, he got me. We got him though. We'll get him. Don't you worry. His red eyes intimidate me. Actually, no. We will destroy him. This guy's Shadow Link. I think he's almost dead, dude. Oh, I have to use my fairy though. Ah, yes. Oh, wonderful. Full health. Okay, we're gonna take care of him though. He's almost dead. I bet he's probably like 2 hits. Oh, we got him, dude. Yay! Awesome. We beat Shadow Link. Link beat Shadow Link. All right, guys. So that was my little Shadow Link battle. This is actually from Ocarina of Time. I've replicated it into Minecraft to the extent that I can, and I say I did a fairly decent job at it. It was a little bit of a push. I didn't have the door lock and such because I was a little bit out of time, but for the most part the AI was all complete, and this is actually all the command blocks to this. It seems like a lot, but the majority of this is just like the animations and such. But we'll go into that in a little bit. I'm actually going to probably put the download to this world in the description, but there's a few things that I'm going to have to note before you guys actually play this. First of all, you see this little setup over here? I'll actually put a trail to this. Where you start in the beginning, you'll probably start in here. You're going to want to come out. And over here, there's this setup with 8 command blocks. And 4 of these, I believe it's the top ones, they have this owner name here. You're going to want to change these in all the command blocks to your name. So let's say your name is Notch, you're going to want to change it to Notch. Notch. And you're going to want to do that for all of them. Now, I'll explain why that is in a little bit, but we'll just continue with the download information. You are in creative mode, but try not to break blocks and stuff. Normally you can't break blocks. You just get that sound. This sound's actually set up to do it whenever I'm here and not necessarily when I'm actually hitting the mob, because that would be a little bit more difficult. Actually, it would be impossible, but anyway, so you're going to want to do that. Try this. You're going to have to remember that this game isn't perfect and that there's going to be a few errors with it. So try not to like push him against the wall. He'll probably end up suffocating. Things like that. I'll give you some of these fairies in a bottle and red potions too. You just press Q to use these. They work pretty simply. It's pretty cute. And I think that's about it for the download information, so I guess we will hop into the redstone here. This boss is pretty complicated. So, first of all, why creative mode? Well, as you can see, if we look up here, there's a bunch of fireballs in the sky. What these fireballs are actually doing is they are the way to detect where I'm looking. This is a new method I've come up with. Instead of using 2,000 plus command blocks to determine the exact view position that you're looking at, you can just use this setup. And this setup is essentially what it's doing, is it is spawning in the sky a fireball and a snowball. And the snowball hits the fireball, and because when a projectile that you shoot hits a fireball, that fireball will go in the direction you're looking. So we use that essentially to determine where to move Shadow Link, which is over here. And that's just spawning them. I have to spawn them a little bit apart, so that way they don't knock into each other. You see, if we look straight up, they'll actually do a little bit of knocking, and that's not a good thing. Before we go further, I guess I can go over the bottles quick. These are really simple. What it's doing is it is detecting what it is. Okay, there's some command blocks over here. I'm not sure which ones they are. Here we go. So these will essentially determine, they will set the item score, this potion score, to 1 or 2 depending on which item that is, and it can detect exactly which item you've dropped using these data tags here. So you could change this up to make another potion. You could add new values and it would work just fine. And so when you throw the potion on the ground, it does that, and then it kills them, and then it goes through this little thing here, which essentially makes the popping sound to open the bottle, and then the ding sounds to heal the health, and it gives you the regeneration. Natural regeneration is turned off, and it's pretty simple. So I use command block processor for this command block parser. Command block parser is a program that takes a text document, and each line, say this was line 1, this was line 2, this was line 3, it takes those and it puts them into command blocks, and they will fire in that specific order. So these aren't actually all firing at the exact same time. They are firing on the exact same 20th of a second, but they're actually activated in a very specific order. And so I have it set up that way all the AI happens instantly using these nifty command blocks. Aha! Alright. Now there's another little thing over here. This actually controls when the Shadow Link actually takes damage. And what this does is it sets all the villagers' can damage score to 20, and we'll get into the villagers in a little bit. And this actually decreases at a rate of 20 per second. So you have there's a 1 second time frame, approximately every 5 seconds, that you can actually damage him. Actually, this isn't even damaging him, this is him damaging you. But the way the AI works, in case you didn't see, is if he damages you, you then have a second of opportunity to damage him. Aha! So, let's take a look in game mode 3. Oh, you can't actually do that. Oh, you might wonder, I'm not sure if you noticed this, but you can't actually fly. And how I do this is that when the players are in this region, I detect their flying ability, and then according to that, I put them in adventure mode for a brief second. And in order to do that, to detect if a player is flying, you do scoreboard, a player's set variable, objective, and then you want to do the data tag, is it capital? No, it's lowercase. Abilities, flying, 1B. Like that. So that would set their score for flying 1 if they were flying. But only if they're flying. And you're going to need to reset that right afterwards. That way it doesn't constantly detect them as flying. There are a few areas with these fireballs that will occasionally blow up. Oh, that's another thing. Now, something I learned while doing this is that the fireballs up here actually don't work the same when you're in survival mode. Let's go ahead. Let's hop into adventure mode. So if we move around, we'll see that the fireballs aren't actually dying, and they're supposed to be dying. What I have it set up to do is to kill all fireballs that are up there within a minimum radius of 4. But what the game is doing is thinking, hey, this guy's in survival mode, so we can't do that, which is weird. You can only do that in creative mode. so we're going to get a bunch of explosions and it'll go back to normal. Okay, there's still a few more explosions. Now it's working normally. This is normal. So that's why I have to have it in creative mode, which is kind of sad. Thankfully, though, I have these villagers set up. That way you can't actually right-click on blocks. And these villagers, if we can hop into game mode 3 here, what they're actually doing is, I can't actually go in this region or else it'll turn me into creative. What these, there's like about 12 invisible villagers here. And what these are essentially in order to detect if you are attacking. So if you were to swing your sword, it would make that sound. That is because when I swing my sword, it is detecting that the villager is damaged. And based off that, it will make that damaged sound. And so there's villagers all around me and inside of me. And that is how I detect when they're swinging. And so I, according to that, I make them get damaged, or I damage the zombie, which is Shadow Link. Another neat thing you might be wondering about is how exactly do I teleport the zombie according to these fireballs up here. Now, that's a little bit more complicated, but I'll take the time to explain it. What happens is that when the fireball leaves the radius of 3, way up there in the sky that I've predestined it to test for, it will summon an armor stand, which you can briefly see flickering up there. If you look, yeah, you can see it right there. And that armor stand is about 5 blocks above the actual fireballs. And according to that armor stand, I will teleport the zombie down into this region. It's not exactly onto the floor yet, it's just in this region. The reason I need to use an armor stand is because if I teleport the zombie to the fireball and then down, it would have a few glitches and it would explode. But thanks to armor stands, I can do that without a problem. Now, we have the zombie within this region. He's from this place down to here. The issue is that now I need to get him down to the floor. And so I actually use about 10 commands for that. They're all basically the same. They just detect which block below the zombie is water, because you see that there's a little bit of water there. So yeah, if there's water 6 blocks below the zombie, it'll teleport him 6 blocks down. If there's water 5 blocks below the zombie, it'll teleport him 5 blocks down, and so on and so forth. And so even if they're up top here, they'll still be able to teleport down. That is about it for the directional. And I guess I'll see you back if there's anything else. So I think that's about it, everybody. There's not really many more concepts here. I mean, alright, there is the zombie facing direction. If we spawn him in here, let's go ahead. I have a little thing over here. Depending on what direction you're looking, it will change the direction the zombie's looking. There's a few things like that. And there's a few fail-safes, such as if he accidentally gets teleported under, which is just an error with the fireballs, it'll teleport him back there. All these directional things are pretty simple. I'm just detecting where the player is looking. You can detect these coordinates using the variables RY and RYM. And based off that, that will determine what his weapon will look like when he attacks me, etc., etc. And so what happens is that if this thing were true over here, well, I guess whenever I attempt to attack, it will take, and it will erase his sword, and then we'll put one in an armor stand that is facing me, based off my direction. And there's 4 main directions, 8 main directions for his viewing, and an infinite amount of directions for where he is, because of the nifty little setup I have way up in the air. Which is pretty neat. I might use it in the future. I really hope they fix the bug where it doesn't work in survival mode, where you can't actually kill them. Because that would be a really, really cool thing to actually use in your maps. But anyways, guys, I think that about wraps it up. There's not really much of anything more I have to go over. I'll include the map in the link in the description, and I might even include the text file that I used for command block parser. I highly suggest you get it if you're a map maker. And yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you guys so much for taking a look at this episode, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.